So on behalf of the President, I have written to the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament with details of modifications in response to emerging concerns by all stakeholders, including the Minority Caucus. Please allow me to update the people of Ghana on what we have proposed, on the modifications that we have submitted to the Speaker. With regards to Ajapa Royalties Limited, we shall amend paragraphs 442 and 443 to take out reference to mineral royalties collateralization. It's important to note that any reference to Ajapa was for information purpose and as such was not reflected in the fiscal framework of the budget. In respect of the unfortunate tidal waves which rendered about 3,000 people homeless in Keta, Ketu South, and Anoga constituencies, we shall make the necessary budgetary allocations of at least 10 million Ghana cedis to complete the feasibility engineering studies for the coastal communities adversely affected. We'll broaden the scope of the study to consider a more comprehensive solution to protect Ghana's 540 kilometers of coastline, including the 149 kilometers between Aflawe and Pram. Meanwhile, NADMO has responded to the humanitarian crisis created by the tidal waves on the coastline. Relating to the Acre energy transaction, we shall amend paragraphs 829 of the 2022 budget on the acquisition of a stake from Accra Energy and AGM Petroleum by GMPC to reflect the resolution of Parliament dated 6 July 2021 that the terms and conditions of the loan for the acquisition of the shares shall be brought to Parliament for consideration pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution. And on the benchmark values, we shall avert any hardship to importers and consumers while safeguarding the interests of local manufacturing industries to secure and expand jobs for our people. The administrative exercise, which review 43 out of 81 line items, has the objective to promote local manufacturing and the 1D1F policy. We will work with the relevant committees of Parliament to reflect these modifications in the 2022 budget, as is the usual practice before the appropriation bill is passed. Any other concerns which will emerge shall be addressed during the discussions of the estimates by the committee, as has been the tradition. On the matter of the e-levy, the elephant in the room, having regard to its serious fiscal implications, we'll continue our consultations with the Minority Caucus in Parliament and other relevant stakeholders with a view to achieving consensus and reverting to the House in the shortest possible time. Ladies and gentlemen, with the approval of the budget secured on 30th November 2021, we should now move on to the urgent task of working towards the passage of the appropriation bill before Parliament rises on December 17, 2021. We believe that the concerns raised in Parliament on the 2022 budget should be resolved during the discussions of the budget estimate of MDAs, other government obligations, and bills at the committee level in Parliament, as we have always done. Indeed, there have been occasions that Parliament, through the Finance Committee, had revised fiscal measures. There have also been several instances that estimate of some MDAs have been revised to reflect recommendations of the committees of Parliament. It is not uncommon for the allocations in the appropriation to change to reflect the discussions at the consideration stage.
You know, I can't say na idea room na migusu America sa na be POTV so. You know, you do maybe a want to turn your money na nipa do na won hare omo. And to all the political parties, want to turn your money, and this will not be kwanya ba to turn your money, MPP mo na mo so mo hihye your money. It's unfortunate that this administration are abattoirs, but that's the reality. Reasonable percentage of Ghanaians, and easy. We admit and acknowledge, say, pandemic na disorganize a lot of economies and countries. We appreciate more effort, but You shared the air cost and come with my much more than this. Very painful. You know, it's only in this country when people are voted into power, and then what you expect them to do, majority expect them, they will not do. They'll come with explanations. And also, more mind to pump. They be American. It's the movie Breberi in our mind punto and count. Let us feel and see. Wa crowd them obeda na ya idea dance here. Oko STC and na komi an modern bo obi nka nkyere ya at Ghana for na na ka say oyade. Young man about State Housing Corporation oko hwa. Ubo unzo obi nka nkyere onu a utum zo otu anamo ya kama ehihye ne ho kama. Ya no bi nso aka de bia da race control race de bia. You know, Kasama Mufisi bia, but you as a mutie. And this is opposition. You want to say no prescribe no kama ma my Ghana. In no more ma utim say just one day. Yaribia Ghana ketasese, Ghana sika ebo ho ban, Ghana nyimo mbebie, Ghana doctor Fubedi, Ghana teacher for fantastic prescriptions. And this in yakwanya say twe enzo akwa ebo achibidi. Very unfortunate. We are developing like this. And Pema catch them. Ubia Ubuntu say no. We say corner the waka. Ubuntu in in circles. The number of emebuna omodi ope paper jumaye. Not necessarily government business. Ibiri matiti ti ku nketi nipa 4, nipa num, nipa 6, nipa edu omodi omadwan ba. Akan so ase bi be 10,000 bi 25,000 bi 50,000 bi 100,000 bi 1 million Ghana cedi bi e bi kra as low as 2,000 Ghana cedi force bill okotra grade A no atom. When you allow the youth base to be frustrated and desperate, Sadia, then clearly you are not helping one kasa on my own. No, you can't. I say you can't cry na fina mo yen more. Hey, ya change bibia. See, Bob waboso na show support e say show support mo show. Yes, she no be dry the support because what may say tam. No, it's not even about Christmas. Christmas when you buy a mind chichiri continues to be the most important thing. Can afford to do na than akushifo and a chatro. Our foundation is now turning into a true D. A chatro chibi. And now I'm talking a true D pa Ghana for. It did throw too much. I want to know who you know. It didn't more bravo I say fata. Very dishonest. Obeko okopesi kakra you did throw. Me mama na under the go to hospital. But you know wait my support me kakra. Obuane mama ofi no otiapo say king. E die mama mo agigi sika sa. E die papa mo agigi sika. Obi wona papa kra wi ne. Nipa baako the rent every year. And yet, you to Dominic. Ne mami yare. The beer on one mammy yare. Society, I can see good in mammy. And yet, the fault too, or peka credit, because I try all options. In fact, but it's so sad. I pen my car, mammy. So, oh, me co Pentecost, so I did be a mitratro. You know, yesramo onyame ya wadomo so a ebre we have to extend maka bia wontiase sua for opepani akoma pasha se sua the friend adoye no bra do we hold each other's back won se samo be aduasa nkogu store room now potem ho nyina o ko ba nyina oti ka mu hyen won say people are suffering what se samo 30 bags akogu store room also mu yabusia 3 oyere ene kwada 2 je mo 30 no mo chia na mo yam ene bitri mo de papa e bio fridge so a o chen de o ya abato ate se me ya abato nam tam o be we sen ndi an try na fe na bro nya ba na e bia o ba kire do kwa you have to cultivate that habit be each other's keeper. Obi amanye san obi o bia o man chichire ne ko no obi amanye san obi obi wa nipa bi wan show bi nkran na o tete hu gudi paso asif so free wiem na o de obae bibia ye wahi bibia ye otan obi aho enye wakono o de special being bi na waba o kan ye nka bi koso mi anche ne sa eni ti na obi ani bebria na sebe jimi mu no adaba fa ati atua no na ono akofa edua ro de abram ayalelo bas na wabobo hwehwe ne kwa edagwa of ase 14 pesos why be there and so nye easy sir the damas is obeto petrol and I say diesel akogwel I think it's better for now there is very better so obeto kwaba
yeah me never man
kura na misu na wo de misu kura mo santini ebeto ofie bronya we any day biada and asantini eto atwa for very unfair but fache me santini etutu ofie na sometimes they're very sad ebi ni ma obi hu omo so mato santini bepe mo ano utimi hu complete assembly called mother nye bo apa assembly eni oma na ebudichi
oman no cre yasna yewum no eni oman na yewum sa bre no won't mean transia me da bia me ka se me da nyame asese enipet me bu ne susu se ye ba ho abi eno ko ada nyame ase de
enipet me susu abu se
bu ne susu se
se ba na se
ye ba ho abi na nko ye wo na wo ko
okay different matter altogether
different matter altogether nti se ye wo na no pay wo sorry na wo de wuti bubum say ahifo na menkokra na menya support and ahifo why na menko bisa no poa asem kese bisa ho say anka obitumi agina no eno ye more disastrous position than say ni pa ede ba ho na ho bompa ya be bia me bompa isre nyame a na me sure say o ma mi bi na obi ba me ho a
otimi di adom
ana obi ama me ho kra metumi si di bia eden adome binim se obeye me say ni ami ko bisa de sin no anyame anim no e chan me so no atre me kwan and as we live in the country of less opportunities ayeti oman a we den resources are scarce so na scarce mo man no oman ne so na we do feel so very limited
very
resources are very limited we share demands and now we share ni ese we ye ene na wunya we den a ensoso dan tina as oman no ye wasudie say at least ibetime mie enwa kodu pempensuo bi a se bi obia to ne nsa kakra obinya kakra de apodwe hwenye ya sa asamato na se wo kohwehwe ko bi sansa na watumi ayeden akoye at least oyare a obetumi akọ ene ya pomuden nhye ohoi nyeni nyina ebedu ba bi no ese woto bibi kakra oye bibi kakra de ka ho na eson ese wotumi ye ese onyanya onsa ba den ebeko ano at least the 3 times a day aduane ne de se mienu kra na obedi a woso nyame ma onsa nya den eba ne sa the dependence on other people no ba den ebeko form ene kra ne family systems no omahene modernization ne ye friend saying global nemanese we live in a global village intinene abrofo ye na it goes with their social settings and their lifestyle no yen ni yesuan traso ntie de yesuan kane no wo fi a ebusuan santin kese one na unu ye bi ba wo faase ne de ne nyina ka bom ena ye ebusuan ena de ye tia ye ahotre ba ye tia ye osuan trend no ena Ghana do na ye kase ebusuan e ono ne yire ne mba ebi kura ne wo maame mu na no kura ya asem ti say ye ko ye edas live in that broadened society and now ko fi na bo akokora na wan hye oni eme yi a obedu fi obi anu obeden o sensuere den e de mawo ni ensesan no e kwa akodroni eni nti no empire body yesre nyame eni yesre nyame empire ne se wo bo ka chi yi na eden yes ya as your mind leaders are ye the your mind shares in whatever capacity you find yourself being you or man here the host of this major program being it me am it here me nua be ma me nua peni o tie ina no ya say baby ye be hu say yet as leaders no kakra ye bitumi aye ene esese ye no ye de boy enuma ene ye man na man ka ye busu
so me da se nimfo Derek Ohene Bequeen kan no emrahye bedwani ema apa west achim ne die obesa Zwazaze nti yo no IP hwe me say ya say na je na aka Aba IP match here
yeah no me well so why your president a newsbreaker and I'm say the titles better hand national organize so you want come maintain that
oh you don't know
I don't know na so I'm how me kan be that
yeah national
organizer with the come ni be there with
na me so minister
obi abe
also mu di kan to mu say oko
secretary
general secretary on okay o person oko national
organizer so na no so bani ono so haya na obi break me ni me there a wonya so me chia we na me hu ye nyame adom
ba wo power
me wo power me nti asika papa wo me party wo power
o party no power do wo power
kakra ma me chia bi ni abakun
board be na wo so
oh me na say nyem so wo board so
no me busa board be na wo so
for now me ni board bi aso but we here
no
say me party wo power
no ya sem class busa
simple question
busa minim de tiazo wo de busa ma
na hen for me
me baby am say me ni board bi
board be na wo so
na me party wo power
ye say me busa board a wo so say enu ada nyoma bi asia wo nimde wo ho a obeboa metime wo you part of that ade no ana ni
anything na wa from abahe
na me busa say na me nim say bia wo sa na board
na ya faso
ase bia ni wo ase bia ni wo
me pa cho me ni board bi aso na me nim dia me wo no wada horoma o fra me ba
baby so ya kase wan kase o tin ho a eyi boni na beba edu baby a
baby nchia be kuro mu mama na me nchia wati na me ma na adoda kwa kufu ado o si MPP fu nyina ya bona baso pa say
na why dey
President Akufo-Addo for being adjudged the 2021 African Leader of the Year.
Uni say mo opposition na uni dem kan meka na we dey bidi what was it
na
what was mo dem jaja we say ina twe office John Mahama kwaje abaso mo dey bidi those times the MPP's press conference no but when they say abaso what dey there say I say IMF ni World Bank ka say mo share ma ekro mam for na ka say yes
baby a be fi wa yensu a wo fra ho otoase about 15 minutes drive from Adwejiri.
So yeah.
Which Adwejiri shell on the left, St. Martin Senior High School, straight. Less than 15 minutes, a tie road to Otwansi. Na papa bi ho ne fe papa lasan. Na owo pompo na ntu pompo and na ke be fa ni say cancer.
Okay.
Say esi with him. Na ntu pompo ni si with him to wo so mo adura de adura
ebe yine fi
apaya fa hunu mako. Na ukrofo fi mi ahuru bebre the first time hu Zibo brothers no mo ya yon ngasi super na pompo bo ba
udo ye me fe obi ai ba yi
na me wode won ba palace ho na wo ba palace so I too late but me try be the medru be kan mo nsan fa no nko won anyina fika nu o te kan nu na wadi adu ni kan wo se ade chi na apaya mo fa na mra ade chi na wo san de ba do betu by 5 o'clock no mu ja wo san adwo no na pai mo ja sufu efi ni hwinu mu sa and then Zibo brothers minim say pahino say ketwa no mo so won ba no nyina very well but na papa bi nso ye pompo aduru Adwejiri ono nso eye muslimi ni sa se pompo bo bi wo to ase a na wa si papa la asan ho na wa ba Adwejiri na wa beje pompo aduru na Adwejiri fo ni other areas no so pompo bo won a no ga bo to ase papa la asan ho ye ni tua se obi da owusua owu pompo nti na papa la asan ma na aduru na ho ato ye ni tua nso pompo bo nipa na obekwa Adwejiri akoje aduru if you trans
ne krakra
ne say odifu papa biara ni wa owo dimpa woni kurom enti se obehwa emra won a wo outside Ghana ejina baby wo say asem papa ade papa eye ototo niama na wodi kan ototo niama
mame so ano na ye ntwa ye homra ode besi eme de na odifu no so ase ebejo ato wo kurom no na ese wo say ye kwa ba Oh, radio dance is on the chair. It is 7 December 2021. Quite uncommon so. Sea Defense Project, government succumbs to minority pressure, allocates 10 million Ghana cedi for feasibility study. Once a but the embassy did come extensively. In a solution to that crisis, no yet. Another driver for it yet.
Tell me what's up, so
the work a year for you. Embassy a driver for
because
a whole dear Hannah making. Says me who's a but I'm sky. Also the London also transportation in the Babway now. My Ainika, me not me dear call. No matter about all the twasso.
Me saying chia waiting for him. Now, ma Ghana Funina Dibim. Me Gina MPP, me national communication member of the MPP. Inti me Gina communication ne abaya name. Ene MPP Funina name. Ghana ni biara anora. Ofa atetimu. Enra mi twam baby na ni page Gina kwan ho a wo peka. Ebi Gina ho a wo nya ka wasanko fie. Nti me Gina sa kwan yin so na yama obia dibim se won fa nchen na memfa abasobon so ma yen chief of staff obatampa kwan ofa so na ogina abanga namu eto nsa frɛ driver fuima wonyina koko Jubilee House ko hia won na obia tanga ne yam hyehye no hwe TV na ni page na kwan ho na ogina abanga namu na one driver fui kasai na asumdwe ba na wonga gi atomo se ene wobɛhyɛ adwuma ase indeed maybe me hu sɛ wɔn ahyɛ adwuma ase driver unions no nso yɛn na wɔn ase sɛ wɔn anyɛ wɔn asɛm dendenden na wɔn atumi aboa na yɛahyɛ wɔn ahyɛ adwuma ase ene yɛde wɔn ase papaapa na aban ɛde nhyehyɛ ato kwan mu sɛ ampa petrol prices no afi ase international market bra na taxes no wɔ hɔ no na fuel price no ɛnkɔ soro crude oil no cost for international market no na price no ya manageable nti yentumi nkase taxes no the prices na cost na mum no international market no nti na ma cost no nti international crude oil price in the international market na start ba fema ho be hia pass ye behwe enum kakra nti nira agreement buy ne say ye hwe say media budget be do na still price no say na if you drop no and drop bi anka ho dia and na aban in the option bi ase obehwe na taxes no wadi kan ayi bi efiso da ye nyina yenim obesan ayi bi efiso bi na mum aban asre draft no say wo ma no fisa amre ya akopem media because indication say China and the US efiase omo crude oil reserve wo efiase yi dipui e basa na ma OPEC ebohu ma wo increase production e ba more prices be ba fam prices you drop kakra yi ma hu say Goil aso aye na adwene say un say Goil no on sheda nye super profit company or not there or seem to serve Ghanaians. You see our price and I start to say a drop we men who say Goil so making indication say one prices in the baba fam. You say Goil price in the baba therefore so other OMC no ma almost want to price no say amayen na ye nyina ye hu ahan yen na mum bosha abande ase driver fu nyina ne say fisa amri kopim media budget be review na still price no and drop o senia ye nyina ye pe na da afokuma beto won ye ma ye behwe na ya to so amon na ye wo see bibi sa ba minua ye wo mid short term solution na mabosi say aban behwe na tax no we yi bi afiso say crude oil price e beba fam say ye betumi ahwe ne ma bi a ye beye na etumi aboa say Ghana do yenye net exporter of crude oil because we are net importer of crude oil but ye production kakra in commercial quantity until price no kosra profit ayenya in the price increase no ebetumi dey be question draft no kakra until na ban so hwe anim kakra say price now drop there we have no option kakra ayenya from young small commercial production no ebetumi e dey be question crude oil price no kakra na export price no so etumi abafem eno ye the short term solution now medium term solution ne say eno ye me professional point of view bra unkwa country bi aminu wa tran London bebre union for manage transport
union for
union etwem association and union manage transport no etwem I was say yenya JPRTU Transport Company Limited liability company. It should be a company. Many at London, or a catcher, a company into what our car. Now, what could register was our company. So we are driver now, we drive our car. We will register as an employee of that company. Now, company net training. No, what car now. Now, why you Juma? Now, why is sales at the company? No, be a grandpa, you will be a Jessica company net training or ever can. You see, you are shifting from the way of union and association operating transport aside here because you need to because the it's developed country be a association and the union and manage transport. Transport is being managed by transport companies like Metromass, like STC, like VIP, like VVIP. These are companies with management. Say GPRTU of executives na your managers are. There should be managers managing the company. Say uko pension now pension pay no ko toka. No ko GPRTU company limited. No ko register.
And up a VIP and now ko.
Yes, now ko uko register. Oh, me wo fast me de my ko pension me ntumi nkaka no. Me pese me wo fast we na kaka no. Won be hwe driver's license. No ma training no. No ma the car na man. You see yes apart from say be this strike same before no. Ebe sang ama accident kura akofem because ebe bua National Road Transport National Road Safety Authority and law enforcement at this MTTD and the other organizations no to many these companies ni ayadwuma BBC nra emra driver union for call strike actions when the entire driver for ni bi na wa yadwuma ama football glasses ye wo bi driver bi wo Ghana ha he doesn't belong to any of these associations.
The model didn't
only under umbrella of these organizations into no obi the what toka and or the amano I didn't know for sales and nipan baby say me sales when for me case woman or no so old people can say GPRTU union because only member
part of GPRTU
only member of concern Anna obi a wodi wani tu fam nra no enra kwa politics set in wo hwe baby a MPP strong pa to say Kumase Kwame Nkrumah circle president Tema station those areas in a strike na nkan hwe Ashaman hwe Amasaman you see at the end of the day MPP NDC emwa opia enti I was said aban with immediate effect yet me pass law bia sa union ebefi wo near converting those unions into companies me ka se yengu unions no we should convert them concern and obi driver ni okokontese GPR to executive position na nsa nkan o se me so me concern
okotiku
ye tripartite committee ni am concern ya na ne buafu so this I don't want to use the word primitive but idea I because say a cake ekem developed country bia say Ghana yenya downtrodden developing we are middle income developing country nti baby aye fiase nyinko no say ya nhwe na ya mfa transport management no ama companies registered companies with limited liability companies na so ma operate and transport system na amayenga ye benyo how bebre two as ya shade bi nso me ehu say emra dia limited liability companies say ebeye company aban betumi eso won asen e de sika akoma bank bi ti say NIB ni aka che o say ye wo GPRTU company limited sa company won accounts ni aban eto 1,000 buses ye de ma sa company no ye the interest of says 1.5 atoso ye duma na tua sa do koma GPRTU a na executives no eje na driver funi bi e complain na na amaye basa GPRTU a company managing director managed by managers and deputy managers who put to me akoto buses be say 1,000 into that kind of van you kofa ni twitwa ni the city agunu no will be things of the past because I buy na akoto buses mini buses President Kufo start be and they successful because of the man unions Like a company, just on 2M Express.
Yeah, 2M
Now 2M Express now. For time one now bank man 500 buses are mini buses are.
Very surely.
So let's convert union yenyai. Union for by elections are na MPP akwata candidate ba akwachi. MPP chairman ni win or MPP chairman ni NDC abambe ye bia so is that the way we want?
This is a very bad situation.
But and now strike ayekoi. From me asema make us say any MPP. I'm talking as professional, as road transport expert. Near course no say a company that NC da. A bank fuel akoso. A bank promise mu say obe reduce fuel amount and obe fuel na confirm. Demonstrate, not the driver. You are a service provider. Driver for we found service providers. Meaning say what ton penny. Now top penny 50 pesos. Now beton is 70 pesos. Next time, we got 70 pesos. I beton na. Why CD? It is a petrol price across na spare parts across. Most of pay 20%. Aban si debi. Okay, aban yati. You be 10%. Upo. Other say be increase, be reduce fuel no taxes na fuel na. Say your company ya form and what kwaji loan.
You can say.
NIB no got 1,000 buses with an interest of 1.5. How much trust say fuel across make us strike. You have an option to increase your fares. But here there are politics. Inti Mark Kessing, the mid-term solution is a bank so much a bank and government, our Metro Mass Transit, our STC, our Ayalolo. A man should say a bank befesi kabia be say Euro market Euro bond cry. Me and Chema Metro Mass for intracity. STC for intercity, Ayalolo for intracity. Niam pick cities we be say 5. Accra, Kumasi, Takrade, Kofodia, Temale, and Biahu. Niam fast abasisi enko. Na uti where feature about the na basu twemu afro. Ujina baby at 5 minutes. President Lawrence Bayebi. At a point in time, Sir Bedford, Arrow, and then our FIBM. First they push them to the villages. Now they are no more in the system. It's Ghana ekosono yen change the old control and transport system ni bien. Okay. There should be an end to it. Make us young unions no. Young unions no no company. And limited liability company. I have a person in the US. When am I doing or private company na kasa ni ka ba ko. Na mu wa register company. And na nkrofo do on taxes eba and on operating tax with an operational cost fee. What the operational fee? No operating tax in amount. If the tax is under his company, or of the no register, or no a bank contract on the government Ministry of Transport in US what contract. Until you cannot operate your transport unless you come and register with such company. It's very important. You understand?
What do you say to the one suggested Mayas or mine? The Yakaka who say, or say a man yourself cross say it was a driver unions.
A show program, native on other platforms. It's a big program.
Thank you.
It's a very big program. Tiembo Abaso. Banana Bonko Fabaso. Thank
you.
Oh, yeah, and the crowd, the forces in Ibiaku. As a pioneer, you are doing very well for this company. Let me chairman man for say war upper west as usual.
Yeah.
And they should in pursue. Which I won't to train me and dizzy for. And before you answer me now for. Tip me chia wina, ye bonfire say your constituency need as and I said district number Koso. The Shasia Casana Mamma, Miami crew me cura me fee. I want your woman, I want me cool school. I want to be a national service. I want to try and be DCA crew before a bum crew. I want power station. Mama one yako. Esan say ye here of fimu. Emra bem kakra be and fear be come ni. Nyame boa on the 17th. And ye akura na ye sie no. Ye kese. And it me share abam kumfu nyina say ye he ne dey so na abam omo ye fetefo.
Okay.
Yeah. It me chia o. Omo ye nkomo ye di na no e Ghana nkomo. Driver fo nkomo ye Ghana fo nkomo. E nyina nkomo. Na ye nyina ye hwe ne say obi obaka say oman bo no oman ne bo a wotimu bi nti nia wo pene say oman ne beko nanim na enhye beko yi na asumdwe ne ahoto bebam na ye nyina ho ayede atoye e ho antoye kakra kra na e brase kakra mesi e ka petrol ho asema o mai e ka me pa on ndia mi odwadi ni banche kontomre enwo edifice ekura nase or their bank crime or yes edman all the days of her life and or over 80 not yase intanopa ewia ade chinya not kem so betumi bank crime abeton ne nyoma manako yi a na hyentia de ewo fom ya ne nyina ye ka adwuma ne ntino na petro hu ehia ye yam pass na menua aipe ye ka no si nya hyehyɛ pa a ahokyere sei ba ibe hu kwan ye be fa so ye be den ye be fim na den so na ye be ye this morning no this is the question na ebe masa atibia we
ye film
because sa ukoto afidie bi mu a the first afidie ye den eda so no oche bi udu wa wanye den wan fa sa atwene ne so ye kan nyina ye petrol ne boa ye den ayedin na kosoro adabafo esu nyina ye kan bi yenim ye kan na besin say o petrol bo ana crude bo we dwaman bo just why dey akosoro no kre na ekosoro but it's petrol bo so ye dey ekosoro fiti na nam abreso say ye kwa amenkroma say ye friend say buziamu say be do liman say be do your friend say ye papa Rollins e de ba kufu atamos mahama ne ye papa tiade so o mampani na danka kufu ado edwoman bo ka ho wodin so tia esan say nya usika na wode kwakoto petrol no we edwoman so dia benti no wo be sesan usika ne bebre na wode nya dollar na koto wo be ba no na ne bo akosoro wa na ye wia yankasa ye de yento ene nema kakaka be guguso e de ato amane auto no levies be no ka say your major levies around 7 to 11 e wo ye petrol so recovery levy e wo so pollution sanitation tax e wo so just name them ye raise our levies and taxes na near the margins abeden abetoto so obeka say margins nso dey fifa ni enfanto so fama boss for ni enfanto so fama wenum enfama wenum na wo hwe ni na eno na ka ho ene ma petro ni eden akosoro afi ni aba enkuto yasemu a eni tinya driver for na e ka kire o man payin ni say eni aban ni say so usidi no na ho odin akofom eyampa what the tax ni levies bia san ba eden abigu so mi de ne hamadwen kura ni tama and this abai and this legacy debt energy recovery levy de ba beto so say o ye ngiji se sika no na ye mfantua ka ye energy sector abo it was bosia no we extending to about 15 years
okay memo ato so e try ho ba e ba the man for be queen e de nto aso no bebre ye kwa ba Ankai boy from Jewawe and Ness. Sad news. You've lost your mom, or Alajo. The late Madam Mercy Damesi, not from Obolo, 47 years. This weekend, Saturday 11 December, Evergreens, Bediaku Street, GA0946507, or Alajo Junction, into the late Madam Mercy Damesi, Afro Obolo, 47 years. Radiato Safro, Oba Ejiwa, and Nebusha for Mamushede, and Yako Kesiepa. Very unfortunate.
Young madam.
It's so sad. Then back to the studios and wrap up in the next 8 minutes.
City there be amika. Over transfer now the magra.
Over 1.5 hours in my. It will 2022. And then make the traffic. We want to down for. Why is that no? How come the one? Internet pay na. What start here, Juma? Make the shit be fear by assistant.
Yes.
Juma e bring it. You remember when say APK no. there were 3 major steps. You look at the short term, the medium, and the long
term.
The short term, no. Ni andro mo anu kan wo kokwa mu no say omo ntwan media review. And that's why we created the stabilization of fund no. Yen ko hwem. You see COVID buy credit mi kugura mu nya be 20 room. Yen room. Ni yebetumi ye fees no so yen den. Ye no cross tax ni levies be no kan na ayen of den akosoro. Ni aban je no ni otit wa na ya mra say yenti we infanto na ho chireba na ade no kosoro na ye din ya yakoyi dia be den abeso ade na ase nti ade na kosoro a se sika na yatete wo petro ni ma ade ato wo no eda wo ye den me business akwasini will happen. Government should tell us say stabilization fund no say bit may in terms of government of the fund levy the same fuel kunano energy recovery fund wom recovery yi wom you see na yema ahoto binya den ye say what market price no ye den ba from kaka nti yeso aban no ye na hyehyɛ na sika twitwi na ye tifi so edema ye de ka ho na manfo tua as price of fuel no ye yi bi fi so ene ne ya tiska ya tiato se ni bo no kosoro na ye di ho haru kakra. That's the short term measure. And say and sunny the medium term, the long term no yes see a share transportation na menu pay kanwa fantastic. Inti yenje ni se Ghana edubra as a building a well established of a public transport system. On my dear etumpon no and you my yene a 20 die ekoso no. They have this either the rails no baby anka o fasroa o the car e be take you by 2 hours no me kai do bibi na me te Stockwell na me ko school Leytonstone anya ko akito but I tell you unya ko run na gan ho a unim time a train na yede eba ebre sankuto na snow brim no say lately o kaka bi o kwanso o ko tram say hwi kwanya nka unam so be take you by 1 hour no and 2 hours no menua within 20 minutes na wa 20 minutes wa na wadu intro bia sorry ya say wo ko adwuma wo ha na ko adwuma masama ya would be so start adwuma masama 8 o'clock would say bus ay 2 o'clock memle ha 7:10 there na and no one lane snack ye create ma we no and then mu within 30 minutes no edu be bia wo ebi do kan na ugina ho unye late ndi wo ye late abi so why late ofie yeah because time na wo fa wo bus no e kire wo say sabre no nko eden unkodu eboa wo ye the sense so you're not taking drivers out of the business. You bring them under an umbrella. They can still quite approach you this taxi cabs, Nagana for your black cabs, now, but be beam a boom, Emmeline Sankai, a month for to a somewhere day, because of a well established public transport system. I think we have a broader conversation. Yeah, I'm not blaming of anything, but young first, Abam Kumo, me crown, opens of Kotokoni Asa, food train. Oh, me committee, no Mako Kumikrum. We could go now across. And that is the what near the line, Yakota Cradino. Western line. Hey, Ukofu Kumikrum. Oh, ye nintini born ye behwe nintino ye kofo na do de no ntade be chi no na ye won kan ni abehwe ye pon ha sen kotokwa na wasa ba train station ya befo na me o man 4 minutes obenya 2 no wo chi no anado 8 ye 24 na so wo power na ye de ye guna ma na de no kwa ye tututo ya gba ojagu ye ntima ya o cheche no na ma fo ati ase me nua wa ye pipen onim se ye prepare budget taxes no and revenue ye benya no ye the expenditure into prepare budgets now partial appropriation bill what the levies in taxes here for be collateral how they akwaje loan na empire na ate into federal for na ate say abanks woman 6 months fees am copy media review won kwa ye adwuma fuel price now started drop quickly goil are stepping in hwa woman on madra for ntias na ye adwuma na ye hwe stabilization fund no say no case ye fa support the kwai be fa so dey support that person memem kwa ye momoding na GPR to immediate effect all the unions no go register as companies ni enko is car stabilization fund no ni fa top buses ni fa ma they should operate and pay with interest na enye companies na establish sa to be you never confirm
Medemijede said that is the way forward. Instead of saying, say the pushing taxes now, fuel up a family. You have got buses near farm, brand new buses. So nipa no fuel building. Now the car near for. Not every month be apart from servicing now because oil no. So uncle workshop uncle to spare pass and check car na say uncle company be.
Na short term
na company. You na want na company at nine. Company at nine. Short term you young fa ko stabilization. No, short term no and say price no every as crude oil. You see don't mix it. Short term they say crude oil
short term they won
short term they say crude oil na start by firm into price the drop automatically. Mid term they say young formal companies near fa scanner wa fund no mu enko top passes near farmer one wo pretty. Long term they say at a point in time say am no ka say me wa parliament no ya approve me na me chairman sa time $488 million. Ya the cotton rolling stock, standard gauge rolling stock. I had a fire train coin, so a back a suburban train system, Baba Yajuma. I'm a load because road transport for 95%.
All right,
of our
transport. I'm grateful.
Make conscience more. Now was 6 communities here. Mobile phone reception, name you could have. Into me, MP, no, made a square called Gifex. Me dear Chia Fenaba. Into 2 communities and Saka. Or 2 as any Rosso.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.